guys, it's Leanne. Welcome to my YouTube channel if you're new here. Big welcome. If you're not new then of course welcome back, and thank you so much for returning to watch me and hopefully subscribing. So if you're not subscribed, can I just ask everyone to please subscribe to my YouTube channel and please follow me over on Instagram, which I will leave on screen. So today's look is just a quick, easy, simple eyeshadow tutorial on the look that I've currently got on my eyes right now. So it's very glam, but it could also be very wearable daytime, and it's very easy. So this tutorial is very beginner friendly, and I've tried my best to explain in as much detail as I always try to do all the techniques that I'm doing. If you would like to see how to achieve this, I'm not sure what I would actually call this look, but it's a bit of a grungy, smoky eye, then please keep on watching. So for today's eyeshadow look, I'm going to be using the Stacey Marie and B.PERFECT Cosmetics Carnival palette. So this is literally one of my favourite palettes. It's so diverse and I do find myself always going back into it. Today I'm just going to be using 3 shades from this palette. So the shade Liquor, the shade Rowdy and the shade Basic. And what I'm going to be doing is just topping. So I'm going to be topping the eyelid with the Urban Decay Diamond Dog. And this is just a lovely glitter, but it's very got like a nice sheen to it, so it looks stunning on the eyes and it really shows up in photographs well. So I definitely recommend this product, even though it is a little bit expensive. As you're going to see, it really does make this look. So before we do the eyeshadow, I'm just going to be putting a little bit of baking powder just underneath the eyes. This is a good tip if you ever need to do your base makeup first and you don't want your eyeshadow to ruin your face makeup, then just add a little bit of translucent powder just underneath the eye. What this will do is it will, any fallout from the eyeshadow, which is sometimes inevitable, this powder will just catch any fallout and you can just dust it away then. So yes, I've already primed my eyes with the P. Louise base in the shade Rumour number 2. So the first brush I'm going to be going in with is the Morphe M433 brush. So this is just a little dense brush, and I'm going to be using this brush to pack on eyeshadow into the outer corner of the eye. The first shade I'm going to be going in with is the shade Rowdy, which as you can see is clearly one of my favourite shades because I'm hitting pan on this colour. Rowdy is just a nice deep brown tone. I'm just going to be packing this shadow on at first. So I'm going to be laying the colour on at first because that will help to set the base underneath. So if I just went in straight away and started blending before laying the colour down, that's when I find my eyeshadow starts to go patchy. That's just in my experience anyway. So I'm just going to be buffing out these edges by just tickling over them, doing circular motions and windscreen wiper motions as always. So the second brush I'm going to be using is the Zoeva 224 Luxe Defined Crease Brush. So this is a bit of a smaller brush now, and I'm going to be taking the shade Liquor, which is just like a nice cranberry maroon type of plum colour. And again, I'm just keeping this focused to the outer corners of the eye, and that's just to deepen up this outer corner and give it a real nice mauve tone. So I'm going to be going back in with the first brush now, and the first shade, which was called Rowdy, and I'm just going to be diffusing the edges of the Liquor shade, and I'm just being very, very gentle with this, as the softer that you go, the softer and more blown out the eyeshadow look will be. I'm just trying to keep that in a nice circular shape, so I'm just going to be doing a C shape like this, just tracing a little C shape on the outer corner of the eye. And that is a good tip if you want a rounded eyeshadow. Another tip is, look where I'm holding my brush. I'm holding it more towards the bottom of the brush, as that means I'm less likely to press hard. I've got more control, it can move more freely, rather than if I have the brush here. It's actually more uncomfortable for my hand anyway, personally, to hold the brush like that. So if I have the brush here like a pen, I'm more likely to press a lot harder. Whereas if I hold the brush at the bottom, it just is a bit easier to go a little bit lighter. A light pressure is what we need for a nice blown out smoky eye. We can see how well that's blending now. So I'm just going to be going in with the third brush, and this is just a fluffy brush now. So this is the Morphe M441 brush, and I'm going to be taking the shade Basic, which is this one, another favourite. Tapping off any excess. I'm going to be taking Basic just to blend the edges of these two shades right up to the brow bone. So I'm just using windscreen wiper motions and circular motions, and I'm still doing that nice C shape just on the outer corner of the eye, as I explained before. So I'm going back in with the shade Liquid again, and this is on the Zoeva 224 brush, and I'm just going to be again darkening up the edges. So I'm just packing that colour on, and I'm just going to be doing that same C shape. So I'm going back in with the shade Rowdy now, and that is on the Morphe M433 brush, and I'm just going to be blending these edges. So I'm just pressing the brush against my eye. So I'm going back in with the last brush now, which was the Morphe M441, and I'm taking the shade Basic again, just to blend out any harsh lines. So I'm going to be going in now with the Morphe Jeffree Star JS11 brush, and I'm going to be taking the shade Basic. So where you can see this blank space here, I'm just going to be taking the shade Basic and covering the lid with that. So it's going to be a bit lighter on the inner portion of the eye, and that is just so we keep the dimension on the outer portion. So I'm going back in with the Morphe M441 just to blend this shade into the inner corner of the eye now. I'm going to be taking the Urban Decay Cosmetics eyeshadow in the shade Diamond Dog. Now I'm going to be taking my ring finger and just getting quite a generous amount on, and I'm just going to be pressing this on top of my eyelid. I'm just going to keep going back in, and I'm going to keep building this up. And then I'm just going to take the Morphe M441 just to blend these edges so there's not a harsh line. The Diamond Dog stops. So now I'm just going to apply a little bit more of that shadow, and I'm just going to be blending these edges again. So the Morphe M441 again, which is just, I haven't applied any extra of that Basic shade, so it's just whatever's left on this brush now, just taking it to blend the edges right up to the brow bone. I'm doing that nice C shape like I said before. So I'm going to be going in now with the NYX Professional Makeup Epic Ink Liner. So I'm going to be tracing just a very thin line on the top, and I'm just pressing, I'm looking down into a compact mirror. So I'm just pressing this tip flat against my eyelid, and I'm just trying to get the black as close to my lash line as possible. And then I'm just going to stop it on the very outer corner where my eyelashes actually stop. So now what I'm going to be doing is I'm just going to be setting this eyeliner with the Zoeva 322 brow line brush. I'm going to just set that with the shade Liquor. So when I say set, I just mean I'm just going to be pressing this eyeshadow on top of where I've put the liner. So I didn't personally believe I needed to set the NYX Epic Ink Liner, but it's just something I like to do anyway, as I feel like it intensifies the actual eyeliner, and then you know that it's definitely not going to smudge or run or move no matter what type of day you have and no matter what weather conditions. That step is optional, but for me it's a must. So I'm going to be going in now with the Fenty Beauty Full Frontal Mascara, and then I'm going to be applying lashes, I'm going to be doing the other eye off camera, and then I will be back to show you the finished and completed look. And this is my all-time favourite mascara. I absolutely love this, and I think the reason why I love this mascara is because it's like 2 wands in one. So on one side it can be like a flat wand, and then on the other it's more like a thick wand that will give you like volume. So best of both worlds with this mascara. So to me that just makes such a huge difference. It really lifts the eyelashes, and you can also kind of like curl your lashes with this mascara wand as well. So for the waterline, I'm going to be going in with the NYX Professional Makeup Metallic Eyeliner. This is in the shade Black Metal. And it says that this pencil is waterproof, but again, I always set the waterline just because when I do go out, my makeup will be on for like hours and hours at a time. So I just don't like to take that risk with myself or with clients. And then to set this black eyeshadow, I'm just going to be going in with the Colour Drain Smoke Show palette, and I'm going to be taking this shade, which is a black, sort of shimmery black shade, and this is in the shade Smokescreen. And I'm just picking Smokescreen up on a Zoeva 226 smudger brush, and then I'm just going to be pressing this colour on top of where I put the eyeliner. So to smoke the under eye out now, I'm going to be going in with the Morphe Jeffree Star JS13 brush. So this is just a little pencil brush, and I'm going to be going in with the shade Liquor. So I'm just going to be running this colour just underneath that black. So as you can see, just running that shade underneath gives it a nice smoked out, smouldering effect to the eye. So I'm just going to be taking the Zoeva 224, and with the brush that I had the shade Liquor on, I'm just going to be doing a little C shape, and that's just to join the top eyeshadow into the bottom waterline. As it's just little finishing touches like that that really do make all the difference to photos and makeup in general. So I'm just going to be going off screen now. I'm going to do the other eye, I'm going to apply lashes, and then I'll be back to check in and sign off and say goodbye. So this is the finished and completed look, guys. I hope that everybody learned something new about eyeshadow techniques and blending, and if this was helpful, please leave me a comment down below and let me know some feedback. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next tutorial. PS, don't forget to subscribe and follow me over on Instagram.